Hi there, this is Live Prepper here, and I found some sayings on Happy Prepper. And I do with different ones. It's 37 unusual sayings for preppers to hoard. You can look this article up if you want to really go more details and read it here. And not everything I really think you need to really hoard. Number one is copper pennies. Anything for 1982 is copper. She's talking about a lot of people hoard silver, but they're not thinking about the benefits of hoarding copper. I ain't holding either one. That is not going to be my barter thing. Number two is book and magazines that you don't read. Don't run out and buy a bunch of school books for 50 cents a piece and store them in your corner somewhere. You need, again, think about your space, and you don't know how many you can store. You need to think of that. This is basically for the purpose you can use them as toilet paper or use them to burn with to help keep you warm in a situation. Number three is chopsticks. You can save them up and use them as kindling. Now, if you eat out a lot, and that's fine. You can ask for extra chopsticks. You can save them. You can get your chopsticks from your friends. Number four is safety pins. You know the countless uses on safety pins. I mean, I grew up in a family where we used safety pins. You used them to pin up rips in your pants. You used them to pin, if you had a button go missing, you used it for everything. She's talking about you can wrap your pants legs around a little tighter, put a safety pin there to help keep chiggers and bugs and other things like that, and also help keep your legs warm when it gets cold in a situation. So you know the countless uses from Christian hoods and up. Number five is the garrison flag. Don't tread on me. It's talking about as a prepper that it sends out signs to other preppers to unite with, and that they know that you are in such a. But there is a drawback on this. You are advertising to non-preppers and marauders and stuff that you are that, because they associate. Don't trade on me with preppers. I don't think I'd want to stick my flag. If I had one, I sure wouldn't want to be sticking it out and advertising for other preppers to come around, because chances are I want to get some other ones I don't want to get there. Number six is fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers is fine. She says she don't hear preppers talking about them much, but you need to keep them updated and everything. And that's something you need to think on is do you want fires? How many fire extinguishers do you want? Can you afford them? And the fact is keeping them rotated out and up to date, and how many years they will last. Number seven is kids' wheels. Razor scooter and skateboard, radio flyer, wagon, stroller. Basically, she's talking about using that like as an alternate source of transportation, for bug out scenarios, things like the wagon or whatever. You can use it, kind of put something on it, whatever. You can use you can use a skateboard to get you going down. You got a big old dog, put your harness on him, let him pull you. There you go. Then number eight is carts, hand trucks, and wheelbarrows. That goes without being said. In a situation you can carry more in a wheelbarrow. Same way with wagons. If you see kids' wagons around, there's been a bed. Kids' wagon works wonderful. Cable ties, it's the next best thing to duct tape. Those are two things you might want to keep on hand. Cable ties, I use them for a little bit of everything. They are beneficial. They don't take up a lot of room. Number 10, perfume cards. She says, because the alcohol, to me, that's a waste of even worrying with them. You can go down the store and buy your box of alcohol prep pads cheap, fairly cheap, and you're further ahead than you save perfume cards. But if you want to hoard them, go ahead. It says bikes and bicycle trailers. So it goes without being said. Same thing, using them for basic transportation. And also she's talking about using them as a bartering tool and stuff for parents with young kids. Thing is, if shtf happens worldwide, then you do not really need to be hoarding all this. So what I would do, I'd go out there and collect what I could find, put it up, because as time goes on, things will get destroyed. Mother Nature will take its course. So then you want to get them while they're in good shape and put them up then. Cardboard rolls and lint. There is people that take their cardboard rolls, their little toilet paper rolls and stuff, and they put the lint in them, and they put them up and save them as a fire starter situation. Number 13 is cookie tins. Number 10, cans and old tin cans. She's talking about using it to make your own charcoal. If any of y'all know, you take cut up fabric or pine cones or pieces of wood or whatever. You put it in the pan, you start the fire with it, let it get burned a little bit. Then you put the lid on, let it smother itself out, and you have created charcoal. chewing gum. She says number 14 is the purpose of keeping yourself occupied and also using it as a fishing thing. Then again, I wouldn't be going out buying 20 cases of chewing gum. That's just not on my thing. Number 15 is sturdy cardboard. The thing is with cardboard, and she talking about metal boxes, you are still going to have them around. If shtf happens worldwide, I would not be hoarding those. I just don't see no need into it. You might want to get some large tin boxes and keep them. I can kind of see that. But if you get out there with a reasonable time factor, you're going to find cardboard boxes and things to use, as well as to place in your windows, help insulate your windows, help insulate your walls. Number of uses on that as well. Number 16 is fabric from sheets, blankets, and curtains and old worn clothes. I'll tell you, we are clothes poor. We are fabric poor. Back in the day when I was growing up, we cut all the buttons off. My grandmother made quilts. They reused the material. They made clothes. They made shirts. They made whatever they did. They didn't waste none of it. But they didn't run down to the store every week and buy clothes. They just didn't do it. That is not something done. They did not buy the latest fashions every year. They made do with what they had. So we are clothes poor. There's going to be clothes everywhere in that situation. So I don't see no need for it clothes. Number 17 is talking about pantyhose. They have multiple uses. You can use them as a filter and thing. You can use them in the back. But it's also talking about for long hiking trips. It says, hikers do this. The military would do this. They would wear pantyhose underneath their clothes, also to reduce blisters for long hikes and also to keep chiggers and ticks off of them. So that's something you can think about. Children's clothes and shoes, talking about for bartering. That's number 18. Again, that's like I said, you will have a limited time frame. I would just go collect the stuff where you can find it, because there's going to be people that are going to go to FEMA camps. A lot of people are going to go trying to get help. There's going to be people that's just going to abandon their homes for whatever reason. And there's going to be people in there that's going to go in there and go to the house looking for food or whatever. Well, they go in there for us and get whatever, shoes, clothes, or whatever it is that's in good shape. And you can put them up and save for bartering later, because in time they will no longer be good. Number 19 is sandbags, and that's fine too if you have the funds to buy sand. If you live in an area where you post a beach and you can get sand free, then that's something to think about. But you said about 100 sandbags with ties to barricade yourself and reinforce it. Something to think about. Number 20, tarps go without saying. You can use it for shelter. You can use it to, to countless things. You use shelter. You use it to be able to collect rainwater in it. You can use it also to put over your windows and your walls and things like that. Number of uses on that. Number 21 is nails and screws. A lot of them hoard bullets, but they don't think about hoarding nails and screws. In a situation where you got to repair things, and you can use them to barter with as well. You can have them for your own use. Number 22 is plywood. Plywood is something to think about. I would love to have some. I don't have none now, but you can also think about too, in a situation, if you are able to acquire plywood, there's going to be, places that's going to be abandoned. Like I said, it depends on what the thing is. You should be able to collect some stuff somewhere, somehow, some way, in a situation like that, if you do not have plywood on hand. Number 23 is PVC pipes. Goes without saying. You can get hot and cold. You can create your own water filter system. You can create a hydro system on plants. You can use it to make clothes racks with. You can make beds out of them. You can use them for countless number of things. Number 24 is heavy duty grocery bags and totes. That's something you need to think of about saving. I don't want to get over hoarding. The thing is, like I say, all that stuff is out there. Grabbing bags and things that you can use. You need to find bags that you can use with shoulder straps and you can carry supplies in. What type it is, and all that's something to think on right there. Number 25 is dental floss. And, a lot of people use dental floss for different things. Fishing line, and things like that in there. Number 26 is buckets and bins. Of course, that's talking about using it for, plastic storage and things like that, for worm bins. Things like I said, I did a video talking about the worm bins I built. Number 27 is board games to keep yourself entertained. But also you can take, when things happen, first happens, I will collect whatever games you can get. And you can also use these board games that's brand new, it's never been opened, and use them as a bartering system down the road for people. Number 28 is save you expired bleach. Just because it's expired doesn't mean it's any good. Just put a mark on it, a big X or whatever, and save it because you can use it for sanitation and flushing the toilet. You can actually sit there and give yourself a bleach water bath, basically, to help clean you up. You can also use it to help wash your clothes with. You can use it to mop floors with and things like that as a base all over. Number 29 is talking about the fire hydrant wrench to use to acquire water. I don't know, depends on where you're at, I think. Then number 30 is talking about the Declaration of the Independence Constitution. So, guys, I wanted to tell you, in an SHTF situation worldwide, that's going to go out the window. That ain't going to matter. That does not matter. In an SHTF situation, they are going to come and get you. Now, if you want to have those, then you want to exercise your right, more power to you. Number 31, large clay pots. You can make heaters out of. You can make them a cooling unit thing to help keep things cold, with a couple of huge large ones and some sand and stuff to keep your stuff cold. Glass bottles and mason jars to store with for your food and things like that. That's something to think about. Again, you are going to find these things around. You've just got to learn. You got to know what to look for. And most people are not going to even think about these things. Number 34 is baling wire, safety wire, or hay wire. That goes without saying. You can use the wire for a number of things. You like say reinforcing your doors, your windows, and everything. You can reinforce your property line with it. That goes without saying. Number 35, bungee cords. Countless uses for bungee cords. You know that, I know that. You can sit there and have them on your bug out bag. You can have them on your person. You can carry more stuff with you. You can use it around your house to reinforce things, to assure things. Number 36 is tampons and max pads. A lot of people don't think about that, but they do absorb more. I mean, women's been having to use them for centuries, so we do know about that. The fact is that tampons can be shoved into an open wound. It will absorb it, and it will slow the bleeding down and stop the person from bleeding to death in a situation until you are able to help him. And same way with him or her, and same way with the maxi pad. It also does the same purpose of slowing the bleeding down. And then number 7 is, of course, the ever for sure steel wool as a fire starter. A lot of them use steel wool with a battery to start, but you can use steel wool and some matches to get it started just the same to help you get it going if you need to get something going now. But the steel wool, basically, I say most of them consider it a battery to put against it and start it from there. Now, that's just the 37 unusual items that she has on her list of things. Now, some of these here, I think, I forgot, I overlooked number 33 was cheesecloth. Talking about the multiple uses of cheesecloth. I want to tell you something. That the pantyhose will fall in with the cheesecloth. So basically, that is one and the same. And you can still use other items as well in situations. So you don't need to go out and hoard all this stuff. You don't need to go out and buy 30 used books just to put in a corner somewhere. You can if you want to. If you have the room for it, if you have the space for it, you can put those books somewhere up in the corner. You'll come across these things a lot of times at yard sales, school books and stuff, 50 cents a piece, whatever. And you can buy a few here and there and put them up and have them there if when you need them. But that's the same principle used. Instead of, you can just do the same way as just saving all the old magazines that you get, your old subscriptions or whatever, you don't have no use for them. There maybe just 1 or 2 articles out there you really want it. Well, then you save those articles for whatever reason, put them up, and then you got your magazines there to use as a basis for your use in the bathroom and burning with, and insulation and stuff in that way to help keep things warm. So, again, that's 37 items, unusual items that Happy Prepper posted. I hope some of these gave you some ideas. I hope, like I say, I'm not going to run out and grab a lot of this stuff. But it's something to think about. So it's 37 unusual items, things that we would probably need in a situation or may need in a situation. So this is Live Prepper here. I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.